Okay, so today I'm here with the one and only,
Suraj Lions,
and Swaj Lines may be known for projects like.
Mr. Lions.
Could you explain to us what Mr. Lines is?
Well, Mr. Lions is a revolutionary voice recognition program. It allows you to execute various different tasks on your computer, which like playing music, opening Google, searching for videos on YouTube, etc.
Okay, now that we've got Swaj out of the way, let's get on to the main topic today. I am James Dodd, and here me and Swaj will be talking about the evolving genre of open world games. More specifically, to simplify this subject, we will be looking at one very famous, one very known open world game. This open world game will be, of course, Grand Theft Auto. And as you can see right now playing on the screen, we've got gameplay of GTA or Grand Theft Auto, the first ever one. Credit, of course, to iPhantom 3D on YouTube. Subscribe to. So, Swaj, what can we say? Does this look like your normal GTA?
No. For instance, this GTA was released in 1997, and as you can see, it is top down.
And of course, this was due to the limitations of the hardware in those days, as you could not create a open world 3D go anywhere adventure as you could in the modern era, as we see with items like GTA 5. So as you can see here, it was all top down, it was 2D graphics, very pixel based, so you can see all the pixels and where the definition just isn't what it would look like today. But it was still the same concept of if I want to do this, I can do this. So if you wanted to drive a car down the road, crash into as many people as you want and ignore all the missions, you could completely and utterly do this. So the reason these type of gameplays and these type of games in general became so popular is the ability to do anything and whatever you wanted, would you say?
Yes, yes. I'm now going to talk about the technology behind GTA. So GTA was developed in 1997 by the indie game studios Rockstar. It was released on various different platforms, for instance, the PlayStation and the Game Boy Color.
Now, the interesting thing about Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar is nowadays most people would consider Rockstar an AAA game, so AAA. But in the olden days, they started off as this small indie developer, and they got all their large amounts of money simply because people really liked this genre of game. It was something they wanted to play. They got home, they could relieve stress, they could do whatever they wanted. They didn't have to follow this linear set path where they had to do what the game wanted them to do. They could do what they wanted to do, they could do when they wanted to do it, no matter who said what. So, as we can see, if we now search up the infamous Grand Theft Auto, you can see that there's been many games over the years which they've done. So, we've had many of these games. So, we've of course had Vice City, we've also had GTA Liberty. So, here, Liberty City, this was based in New York. We had Vice, which was, of course, in Miami. We had San Andreas, which was supposed to be San Francisco. So they've really got their full series going on here, and they've never lost audience attention. If you look at the space of release between the last genuine Grand Theft Auto game to come out,
Which was 2008.
Grand Theft Auto IV. So this was released on the 29th of April 2008. Now, normally, if you are to leave a game this long, people will get disinterested. They won't play it, they won't really be that interested in a new one. But you skip forwards all the way to 2013, you have Grand Theft Auto 5, one of the highest grossing games ever. It was also the second most expensive video game ever developed. Of course, source to wikipedia.org there. As you can see, we can go onto their site, and here we go. GTA 5 2013 Rockstar North, the second most expensive game ever developed under Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So that is no small feat, and you can see multiple Rockstar titles on here now. And of course, this is all because Rockstar got the attention. They created a working game profile that worked. So you see, if you are now to follow Grand Theft Auto through its evolution, so we would have had Grand Theft Auto 2. So we have Grand Theft Auto 2, which still followed the same basic top-down profile. But of course, as you can see on here, they expanded it. They made nicer graphics, they included better AI, and they created this just more polished game. But as they started to gain the better technology to create these systems,
they were suddenly turned into more immersive 3D landscapes. These landscapes were included in such games such as the 2008 release of Vice City. They were able to keep their audiences by having in-app or in-game purchases, for instance DLCs. They were able to offer money, in-game money, called Shark Cash, which players are able to pay for in real money, then get in-game money to buy cars and planes, as you can see in this picture here. A pretty cool, which is there as a Bugatti. And
I don't know if that's not a GTA 3.
no.
So this is when we got the experience of GTA 3. So GTA 3 was the first release from Rockstar to be an open world 3D game. Now this really just stepped up the benchmark for what other producers are going to have to be producing. As you see, it's no longer you can just create this top-down system. You now have to create the entire landscape, create a more immersive experience, and this is where you start getting the big fans of open world. Because the whole idea is you can jump into this game and you can lose yourself for 3-4 hours, because as far as you're concerned, you are in a different world. You have the buildings up above you, you have the keys to the city, you can do whatever you want in fast luxury cars, which quite frankly, very little people would ever be able to afford. And this is what kind of romanticized the whole open world gameplay. It created this ability to do stuff you just could not do in real life, or at least legally. Now you see, so people started to see this working method. This was something that was working. People were buying, they were liking it. So then you started getting similar companies. Like, if we bring up one of the most famous examples of an open world game, which I'm sure most of you know, which is Just Cause 2. See, Just Cause 2 here. Just Cause 2 was one of the biggest open world games ever made. It's also one of a very successful genre. Now, the reason Just Cause was liked so much is this took GTA 5's semi-realistic gameplay and it turned it into.
Oh, you should love this game.
It turned it into everybody. Welcome, Alfie. Yeah, we're recording
To who?
for Year 14 for our podcast.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Can I speak?
Yeah,
Okay.
Alfie, welcome to my coursework.
Okay, right. Cool. Basically, right, I played this game on the PS3 when it first came out, and I really, really enjoyed this game. One thing that pissed me off a bit, right? I really can't say that. One thing that annoyed me was the fact that you had to grapple like across the map, over mountains and stuff, and it took a long time. But overall, I felt like it was a very good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, we've got.
You see, that's another testimonial to the open world gameplay. People love it. They could do whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted.
For instance, you could ride in boats, you could ride in planes, you could even stand on top of planes. This is in-game footage. Well, this is what it is like in games, actually. Oh, but yes.
See, monster trucks, you can run over your enemies, monster trucks with guns on the top. It gave you this never before experience.
It followed the protagonist, which was the main character, following a story of rebellionship against the corrupt government. So it followed a story, just like in GTA.
And this is why open world genres have grown and become so successful. Now, another big cause to this is the limiting technology they could use. I mean, if we go on to here, we go on to GTA 1. We look at this, I mean, it was a small company. They didn't have the money, they did not have the creation techniques. And back then, Grand Theft Auto was coded by Rockstar in just basic computer scripts. They didn't have what they have nowadays, because if you look at what they have nowadays for creating of their games, in their modern day game society, all these companies have come up with their own special developing system. So Rockstar Games has what they would call their development solution. So what Rockstar have is Rockstar Games, so they have their so Rockstar Game is a set of developers, and they have these incredibly creative built-in solutions now where they can quickly and easily make their own systems. They have their own game engines, they have their own graphics engines. This is of course reserved for Rockstar Games. It's their system. And this is what allows them to churn out these really high quality 3D looking games when you go back to the olden times when they were making their first games, they would just not have had the ability to make these games. This is why I must say it is so impressive. And this is why I feel open world games they deserve the respect they get, would you not say?
Yes, yes, indeed.
And Rockstar, so another big thing, I would have to say Grand Theft Auto did cleverly, is you see, while they say the official release date on here is the 17th of September 2013, as you can see here, the thing is, this is not actually the official release date. This was the official release date for Xbox 360 and for PS3. And now you see, Xbox 360 and PS3, these consoles have been around for a while. If we go back, let's say to San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto, you see on here, this was on PlayStation 3. So we are talking a game from 2004 was already being able to be played on a console they had to release GTA 5 for. Now this is where Rockstar encounters some very large and difficult problems, because they cannot simply just create a system which could be as high quality as a modern system could be. And you see, the problem with this was an Xbox 360 compared to what was the next-gen console rumors coming out of the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 could just not rival their kind of processing power. So this is where Rockstar came up with some very clever solutions to fix this. So if you would go into GTA 5 on an Xbox 360, you would experience stuff like you couldn't go first person, could you?
No, not at all.
And there would be limited foliage, there would be limited animals walking around, and it wouldn't look as nice.
No.
But then they increased the graphics and they increased the amount of avatars, or technically they wouldn't be called avatars, they would be called
Entities.
entities. And you see, these entities would be used to display a figure in the world. So what they did, as we can take examples up here, actually, so we can go to 5, so if we search this up, we get an image. We can see the detail as it comes up from, we have the Xbox 360, then we have the Xbox One, and then we have the PC. We can see the image detail as it increases. Now this was very clever of them because this wasn't just a little switch they could hit when they released the game. They still had to develop this stuff for the game as they increased it. And yeah, we can see here, Xbox 360 and PS3. The foliage there, it is not foliage, it is just flat against the hillside. So if you go on to PS4 and Xbox One, you can see genuine 3D growing foliage. And this is where the clever ingenuity of Rockstar with their open world game creation comes in.
So we've talked quite a lot about the graphics, but we're also talking about how they were able to keep people playing the game. This was done by the release of DLCs. For instance, very recently, on GTA 5, the release of heists. They released DLCs for free, which means people buy the game and heists and things are released. And this caused people to want to play the game because of new mod packs, new DLCs, meaning the game was ever expanding.
Now, this is how they managed to keep the attention. This is what they've done incredibly impressively with a whole new view to the system, due to the fact that you have a large amount of companies charging large amounts of money for their accessories and ads on to their game with DLC. Rockstar made it all free, but they did include one thing. They kept a way for them to make money. They included something called shark cards. You see, shark cards, this was the creation of online money you could buy if you wanted the money.
It existed before shark cards.
I'm not saying shark cards are the first, I'm saying this is how they
It's supposed to be billions, probably.
kept their money. This is how Rockstar makes the majority of their money. This is how many companies make the majority of their money nowadays. As you see, let's say you find a kid and
You went the wire, I thought.
now this kid, they want to buy this really nice car in GTA, but they don't have the money for that car in GTA. So they've got to go and buy it. And we have seen up to like 65 quid for 8 million in fake unredeemable cash. And this is how they truly make their money. So I think this has covered the genre of online games quite well. Online and open world games. And I feel like we have really saw and looked at the whole expanse that they can deliver. So we have looked from GTA 1, where we had the really top-down, low-quality, but open world still the same. Now, you can also see that, but then if we had to take up, so
Basically, GTA 5 was the first game to have online abilities, meaning suddenly the game was not so single player, but you were able to play with people across the world. This brought a whole new element of socializing to the game. it meant that suddenly you're able to interact with people from different worlds. You're able to like yeah. For instance, as an example, you are in this clip. This is following a story which the main character.
So this is the opening story of Franklin, where he is a debt collector. His job is to go get expensive cars which people have bought out on a loan or and are now in debt. And they are to repo these cars and the cars to be sold off. And as you can see, there's this chase through the city. And this is where you start getting this open world factor. It's not this linear system. You don't have to go this way and that way. You just have to keep up with this guy. So it really shows this like non-linear perspective. You're not in a game. You're not stuck on this pre-dedicated warfare. You can go any system. You can hit jumps. You have just got to keep an eye on this one red car. And this is why open world attracts so much attention, because you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. Now, I think this has been a long enough summary of GTA 5 as an open world game and the expanding technology that they use. I'd like to thank Suraj, Lions, for being on the show.
No problem.
I'd like to thank special guest Alfie. I would also like to thank Cameron and Ben for appearance. And then I think this has summarised it up, and I will leave you with just a little snippet of this gameplay.